Hey, my little aquatic nerds. I think this is a question that a lot of us have kind of mulled over the last 5 years. I think it's something that if it was going to happen, it would have already happened. I think when we're talking about Planet Zoo aquariums, I don't even think obviously there's always two main arguments. A ethical standpoint and a technical standpoint. And I think we pretty much, I would say we'd concern ourselves with the latter. I don't think we would ever see a Planet Zoo game come out where there's just killer whales and, that's not going to happen. So just move past the ethical part of it. That's not going to happen. What I do think was, though, when Planet Zoo was being developed, just like in the situation we're in now, I think you take a lot of parallels from 5 years ago, 8 years ago, when this stuff first started being developed. I don't think they had the technical ability to make the scope of what they wanted to do with aquariums happen. Now, do I think we're gonna get a Planet Aquarium game? No, probably not. But do I think if ever there is a Planet Zoo 2 out there on the horizon, whether it be 3, 4, 5 years from now, which I believe, I do not think you will get anything close to a Planet Zoo 2 within the next 3 years. I think that is way like big frontier pipe dream out there. But do I think it could happen one day with a Planet Zoo 2? Yeah, absolutely. I think that what they have learned over the last 5, 6, 7 years probably would make that possible now. Without going into all the, oh my God, they'd never be able to program that and how it would work. No, we've got perfect examples with Jurassic World Evolution 2. Frontier, via the Cobra engine, absolutely have the programming knowledge. They have the talent to be able to make aquariums a thing within a zoo simulation. And I think with aquariums, like where it differs with birds, I don't think that birds necessarily require the scope that an aquarium DLC would have. I just don't think aquariums are something you plop down with a DLC. That is something that I think had to come with the base game. It had to come early on in development, and that is just not going to happen with your Planet Zoo. I think that is something that could also look how hard we're going with the water parks now with Planet Coaster 2. I think that is your huge selling point with a Planet Zoo 2, just because there's been so much talk about it over the years, and of course birds, a massive selling point with Planet Zoo 2 if we ever get one. I think that is probably two of the things that make their way into a trailer for a Planet Zoo 2. But also too, I don't want to get everybody's hopes up and get way ahead of ourselves here. And also too, we know that Frontier is not going to get off, well, hopefully they say they're not going to get off these tangents in dipping their toes into other genres. They do say that they're completely focusing on their bread and butter, or as Jonty would say, their bread and butter. They're not going to I don't think they're going to stray far from that now, especially with the reception for Planet Coaster 2 and how everybody said, thank you. This is what we wanted from you guys. This is what we're not into, space alien crafting games from Frontier. I mean, some of you may be into that, but from Frontier, like the Survival Dawn, all of the weird crap, it didn't have an audience from Frontier. And so that could lead some people to hypothesize that maybe a Planet Zoo sequel is not as far out as we would think it be, just because they're totally focused on creative management sims now. But I would think at the bare minimum that would be something that you're talking 2027, 2028. That is a I would assume, a ways out there. But, you know, as usual, I want you guys to let me know, what do you think essentially stopped us from getting that aquarium experience? Do you think it's technical? Are there ethical people out there that think that, no, they wouldn't do that, just not in this day and age? And once again, I would say, we're not talking about a SeaWorld simulator. I don't think, with kind of all of the research and everything and everything that's come out about that in this day and age, I don't really think anybody wants a SeaWorld simulator, like as far as how the animals are treated goes. And, you know, I don't think that's like in Frontier's purview, scope, PR disaster, PR nightmare. Don't think we got to worry about that. But as far as the footage that I'm showing you here, and, you know, with Ripley's aquarium, with the kind of the conservation spin that has been put on Planet Zoo, 100% could see aquariums coming one day. But I just don't think that when the game was first being developed, I'd say that it boiled down to, it didn't look good enough for what they wanted to put out there to the public. I'd say at some point aquariums were tried. I would say within Frontier it was attempted, probably not on the level that they were satisfied with, and I'd say it was shelved. Some people even make the point of money, the cost to develop aquariums for Planet Zoo, the original Planet Zoo, just wasn't there. Couldn't pass that standard that they needed. You know, but I definitely think, like birds, there is 100% an audience out there that would love aquariums within Planet Zoo. Is there enough audience for there to be a Planet Aquarium? No, I don't think so. And I think that's why with Planet Coaster 2, they've kind of went with, we're giving them this package within the coaster universe, because they, you know, I'm assuming they don't think a water park game would sell enough on its own to sustain development, recoup development costs. So I think with, you know, there's plenty of smart people out there with Frontier that know what they're doing and know what they're doing with the company nowadays. And I think with a Planet Zoo, that is what you would get. You will not get a Planet Aquarium standalone game. I think it would be packaged with a Planet Zoo too. But, you know, hey, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here to speculate and get your guys' opinions and tell me, you know, be specific. What do you think led to Planet Zoo not receiving aquariums? Do you think it was technical? Do you think it was ethical? Do you think their numbers, they didn't think that it would sell well enough to pour that type of development into the game? Do you think that as far as aquariums go, the scope for that would be so large? You know, it's not like just adding birds or, you know, adding a couple animals and a couple themes. You're talking about an entire game-changing mechanic. And do you think that it just wasn't where they wanted it to be? Do you think it was ever something they looked at? Do you think, like, from my standpoint, I think it absolutely had to come up in meetings. You know, this had to be brought up that people wanted that aquarium element, and to release sharks and fish and turtles and you know, all the stuff that comes with these aquarium type settings. You know, the DLC packs that could come with the aquariums, to, you know, to help decorate the plant life, foliage packs that would come with aquarium builds. But anyways, yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. This was, I was just at Ripley's Aquarium in Gatlinburg over the weekend, and that's what always gets me thinking about Planet Zoo aquariums, is when I'm down there to my closest aquarium. And, you know, it always gets the gears turning of what ifs. If it may happen one day, even, you know, via a sequel. So yeah, let me know down below, and I will catch you guys swimming in the next one. Thank you.